Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Contingency Plan Podcast. My name is Jedi Master David, and with me, as always, is Darth Austin.
Hello, everyone.
Well, look, this week we are diving into the Darth's favorite topic, favorite modern-day topic. And no, we're not talking about The Last Jedi. You saw the title. You know what it is. It's the Book of Boba Fett.
Beard butter versus beard oil.
Oh, my God.
Which is better?
Get out of here.
It's a modern topic, man. Which do you use for your mustache?
Nothing. It gets a little bit of the lotion I put on the bottom half of my face.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Dude, lotion is important, man. You gotta use the lotion, all right?
That's right. With face wash. It doesn't actually wash your beard. Yeah.
That's right. All right. Enough of that. But we are going to do a little retrospective on the Book of Boba Fett. Don't know why, but we're going to do it. And
because we can't have too much Kenobi. You gotta have the right amount of Kenobi.
well, you know, as a spoiler, look, we're going to go pretty Kenobi heavy here for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to talk the Kenobi book, you know, the one titled Kenobi. We're going to try and do, what did I call it? From the Journals of Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah. And then we're kind of bouncing around the idea of maybe the Obi-Wan Anakin comic. There's
Which
also
is really good.
another Clone Wars era book. There's one where he's training Anakin at a young age. So there's some options, you know.
Yeah, there are a couple options. And I was actually thinking about it just now as we were getting on. And I guess this can be the sort of first topic we jump into. But Lego Star Wars is out. We could do a Lego Star Wars episode too.
I bought it.
Did you?
I've already gotten to Tatooine.
Sick. Yeah, I haven't bought it yet. What'd you buy it for? Switch? Box?
No, I ended up getting it for the Xbox.
Oh, God, you need to... Okay, whatever.
I don't use the Switch, and I don't like the control scheme of the Switch. I don't remember the button layout.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Switch is great for some things, you know, and then other things it's a bit meh. I remember... what the hell was it? There was some game that I was watching a streamer play, and it looked pretty cool. It was like I think it was up to 4-player, like multiplayer, kind of top-down sort of. I don't even know what the heck you would call it, but it looked cool. I was like, this is what the Switch is good for. You can't
Are you talking about a cyberpunk-esque game?
No. It was kind of like old world, like mages and swords and stuff.
Okay.
But it was, you know, it wasn't like super graphical or anything, but sort of like a Stardew Valley, you know. It's the Switch thrives on that kind of thing. You know, what was the newest Zelda game? Right? There was a new one that came out, right? Or no, it was a Pokemon
After Breath
game.
of the Wild?
No, never mind. I'm thinking about the new Pokemon game.
Oh, the Diamond and Pearl remake. Yeah, because they kind of have the sprite overworld, and then they go into the 3D view for everything else, right?
Was that what it was? Was it
Or
anyway?
are you talking about Arceus?
Arceus, that's what I was thinking
Okay.
about. I remember watching playthrough on that. I was like, this looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like that, it looked like garbage. It's like this isn't what the Switch is strong at. You either need to release a second gen Switch, or you need to release those games wide on other systems, because the Switch is effectively at its limit.
Yeah, I mean, you have the Switch Pro, which I don't know if that's really worth the money or not.
Is that even out?
Personally, but I don't think it is yet, honestly. But apparently it's supposed to be a big upgrade. But honestly, games like Zelda has it right, because like that slight cell shade design is timeless, and you can't really call it ugly regardless of the hardware.
Yeah, there's not even any timetable for any sort of Switch Pro. I think that's something a lot of people have talked about, because it's like I think the Switch kind of, well, the Wii, they ran the Wii for too long too, and then they came out with that god awful Wii U.
06 to freaking 2012.
People right now are probably still playing on the Wii. All right. Do a little
There's
Wii
things
bowling.
you can do in the Wii you still can't do with any other console, except for kind of the Switch. But
Yeah.
at the same time, is it really any better?
Yeah, I mean,
for
look,
motion control stuff.
yeah, the Switch was an absolute game changer when it came out. but it's to the point where it's reached its limit. And I don't want to see another Zelda game put out on this. I don't want to see another Mario game put out. And you know what? Odyssey wasn't too bad. I thought Odyssey graphically was pretty good.
Didn't that come in a 3-game combo pack? Like it had the old Mario 64, Odyssey, and some other game.
No, I think that was 64 Sunshine, and then another one. I don't remember what the other one was. I don't think it was Odyssey.
Mario Party.
No, I bought that though. I did buy that. Was it Sun? It doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't think it was Odyssey, but anyway, I even thought at times like Breath of the Wild was a little rough, to be honest.
Frame rate was, yeah.
But, regardless, great system. I don't think I'll buy Lego Star Wars on the Switch. If it is, I don't even know where it's all at, but like I assume I'll probably, just do the PS4 or whatever if it's on PS4. I haven't even turned on the PlayStation
I'm sure it
in a
would
long
be.
time.
It's not that taxing that you couldn't do it on last gen, I'm sure.
It's Legos.
Yeah. It's the most beautiful, well done Lego game ever. And it has a 30 versus 60 FPS mode. It's like, what are you really getting that requires a drop to 30 FPS? Like, how much texture can you put on a Lego?
I don't know, man. But I have heard some pretty good things about it. There have been a lot of people that have been really talking it up, kind of like, faithful recreation, all that good sort of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, like a lot of the dialogue in the beginning of Phantom Menace, before we have our little gas attack with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon the dialogue was correct. They made some jokes here and there. They
that's Lego.
When Qui-Gon dives on top of Jar Jar to save him from that one transport, like he keeps getting his head hit and it keeps doing the Imperial March.
Oh,
okay. As he hits his head, which is kind of funny, but little tiny goofy jokes. But yeah, it seems decent so far.
Nice. Well, yeah, I'll look into it eventually. So yeah, that's Lego Star Wars. We might, I don't know, maybe we'll do an episode on Lego Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's got Obi-Wan in it.
Nothing else. We could do a quick let's play of it, and terribly go through a level together. I don't know, when's the last time we played video games together? We were probably like teenagers or something, or at least you were.
Well, no, we played Madden at your house a while ago.
True. Yeah. We've played some sports games here recently.
Yeah, not an actual game in a while.
Yeah.
Like a 2-player cooperative. We'll see. Maybe we'll see.
We never really did a whole lot of that growing up. It was more like one person watch the other person play. More than anything. Yeah, it just all depends. Except for Genesis era, of course.
Genesis was pretty good for that, but yeah, man. So anyway, Lego Star Wars games, not a gaming podcast, just Star Wars stuff. Yeah, just Star Wars stuff. But anyway, so how's your week been?
Quite terrible, actually. Not gonna lie, just a lot of stress at work here recently, and trying to deal with all my school stuff, the loan applications and everything. Not been a fun week. Not much to talk about. What about you?
Well, let's see. Since the last time we talked, we went to the crew game.
That was a good time.
We all went out to the crew game.
I keep forgetting weekends count for our week here since we
record on Wednesdays now as opposed to Saturdays. Yeah. Yeah, no. So we went to the crew game. It was fairly nice. Wasn't too bad out. Didn't take home the win, but we did have a kind of a pleasant dinner beforehand at a sort of a local bar-y place. Had a couple of pretty decent adult beverages. That was nice. Had some more adult beverages at the game. And then had some more adult beverages after that at another place where we also had pizza. Which was pretty good. I enjoyed my pizza and the cheese.
Some very good pizza.
We needed
very good pizza, and our dinner was good because I got pierogies as a side. And who does that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got pierogies. What did you order? Because I had
it's just a burger. And it's like, hey, you want French fries or you want, some mashed potatoes wrapped in wontons?
Yeah, I cannot think of what the heck I ordered though. What did I have?
I mean, I remember you getting like some pretzels. That's about it.
Wings.
Did you get fish?
No, I
you
got
wings.
wings because they did grilled wings. They were delicious. And then, I love the soft pretzel sticks. They're one of my favorites. And those were really good.
And then my poor boy got the most basic, boring pasta you could ever think from a restaurant. It's like, oh yeah, penne pasta. That'd be good. Probably have some, marinara, maybe a little Alfredo, some chicken. No, it is naked noodles without the cheese. It's just olive oil and butter.
Noodles.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That was $6. I guess that's worth the money.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I felt kind of bad about that, but
he got some chicken strips. He's good.
Yeah, there you go. Went to the stadium, watched the game, did all that. Let's see, what have I done this week's just mainly been work related stuff. I've been working on some stuff for the higher ups that are coming in next week. Got an invite put on the calendar for happy hour with the bosses next Tuesday.
Ooh.
Oh boy, get to go get lit with, higher ups, in the company.
They'll get you just buzzed enough to be like, all right, so here are issues with how you're managing.
Who knows, dude? You never know. The last time I did that was right around the time when I took this new job. So I'm like, F this and F that. I'm done with this place. I'm out of here. But, we went to a Mexican restaurant, and I mean, in quotations, Mexican restaurant. And, they had a decent little spread, had a couple of drinks, basically said goodbye to everybody. It's like, see you later, you SOBs. But yeah, no, that wasn't bad. Those sort of things are always kind of weird because, like,
it seems like something that wouldn't really be in our generation. Like, I could see Dad growing up like, oh yeah, we're having a meeting. We're going to go down to the local pool hall and have a few beers as we talk about stuff.
Go down to the office. That place isn't even there anymore back home. But yeah, there was a bar called The Office.
Yeah, right. Going down to the office to talk shop.
Complete dive bar.
But it just seems like back then it's like, all right, I'll meet you guys there. We'll just drive drunk. And now it's like, oh, well, let me plan my Uber and then I'll have someone take me back to my car in the morning.
Yep.
After having one microbrewery beer.
Yep. And then when we get in the office tomorrow, we'll wash it down with some hair of the dog, just a little sipping whiskey at our desks.
That's right.
Yeah, madmen. But yeah,
basically,
no, that'll be interesting. We'll report back, I suppose. But no, that's basically been the week so far. I've got a 4-day weekend. Took the next 2 days off because I can, and that's been.
I swear you get like 3 months of vacation time with that place.
I get 4 months of vacation time. No,
Good
I'm just
God.
kidding. I get 4 weeks of vacation time.
You just plan it out strategically where it's like every week it's like, yeah, I'm taking 1 day off. I don't take long vacations. I just take 1 day off perpetually.
It all depends. I mean, a lot of times I'm pretty cool with a 3 or 4 day weekend.
I can do most vacations on an extended weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not a big 9-day off kind of person personally.
Well, I mean, I can do it, but I just really want to do something. I don't want to like be home. If I'm going to plan a full week
you're
off,
not actually enjoying it.
Yeah, I want to be out. I don't want to be in town at all. So, generally I don't really care for that. I mean, we are supposed to take one full. The rule is you're supposed to take 5 concurrent days off. So that could be an extended weekend.
Right.
But nobody checks that crap, so.
Yeah, my last job, I could work Monday through Thursday, 9 to 9.5 hours, and then take 8 hours of vacation time and get overtime on my vacation. I mean, nobody really looks into that stuff.
Not until they listen to the podcast.
That's right. They're gonna require back pay on all the overtime I stole from the company. It's great.
Well, then you can just hit them with a lawsuit for all the illegal practices they did. So it's fine. They'll shut their mouths. Yeah. But anyway, getting close to Easter holiday, the magical, mythical bunny. That's
right.
I had this discussion at work today where, one of the guys was talking about like keeping the magic alive for the kids and stuff. And we started talking, okay, so Christmas is the obvious one, right? You keep the magic alive, all that good. And that's fine. You like lying to your children. It's okay. But, the Easter
Who gets
bunny.
excited about Easter?
Whoever believed the bunny thing, like there's no lore either. It's not like he magically poofs in your house and leaves you eggs or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, the bunny. Here's an Easter basket. Have fun with your chocolate.
I swear, half the people that like grew up with that kind of stuff is like, oh, the bunny leaves the eggs. I just thought that was something completely separate that the adults did.
Well, and we had some pretty elaborate Easter baskets when we were kids.
Yeah, I mean, the gift was always nice, and I feel like most kids, that's a good time to like get a good pair of muck boots and a bike or something. It's like, go play in the mud and
muck boots.
Ride your bike.
When the hell did you ever get muck boots? You never one day in your life got a pair of boots on Easter.
I didn't say I did. I said most kids got them.
What kids had? Okay, right in the TC Plan Podcast
Every niece
at
and
Gmail.
nephew I have gets rain boots.
TC Plan Podcast at gmail.com. Did you receive muck boots in your Easter basket?
It's spring. What are you going to do in spring? You're going to ride a bike and you're going to jump and play in the mud and the rain.
No.
What else is there to do?
You get your bike at Christmas, and then you look at it in the garage, and you're like, oh, I could ride that thing, but not now. And then you wait until it gets nice.
No, I'll wait until Easter where I pay more money because bikes are expensive. And it actually gets used right away.
Nuts. You're nuts.
A bike's like $100. I don't care.
You are absolutely nuts. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this off here because we're running long, beating around the subject.
We won't. Once we get into the main topic, we won't be taking too much time.
No, it's funny. We'll talk about it. But one other thing that just popped in my head, though. So I watched a streamer do a ranking list, like one of those things where you move the picture on the S, A, B, C, D, F thing. And they were ranking Star Wars movies because they had just done like these whole rewatches of them. And we've done our rankings, right? And I've actually...
Which I hate, by the way, because it takes too much thought to feel like you actually made a good decision on rankings.
It is pretty tough. And even then, I think those things might change. I just recently did a rewatch of the... all the way up through the originals, the prequels, and Rogue One and Solo. So now it's on to the sequels because my girlfriend had never watched any of them. So we've been kind of watching those.
Jeez.
and I'm like, you know what? New Hope drags a little bit.
It does.
Kind of hurt to think about that a little bit.
I accept it for what it is, honestly.
It has solidified, though. It looked a little empty to me at times. I was like, it really solidifies how good 5 is. Like how great Empire is. Like just how...
they doubled down. I still think Empire is the best of the 3, personally. Just because of how it hit.
I don't remember what our rankings were.
But
Return...
I think I'm pretty sure that I ranked Empire highest of the 3 and you ranked Return of the Jedi.
Well, my revision would be Empire is a much better movie than any of them. Yeah. That's the best. Yeah. I
would argue that the only one that I would put above that might be Phantom Menace.
I'm still putting Phantom Menace in the top 3. I mean, I still appreciate that. Episode 2 is what it is. It's
not bad.
It's awkward though. It's but like 3 though. 3 is looking real nice. Again, like
Revenge of the Sith will always be one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
Star Wars movies in general. It's just so dramatic, and I would probably say right now it would be for the nostalgia factor and just the pure essence of what Star Wars is. It's Empire, Revenge, Phantom, and that's hard because Phantom used to be my favorite, and Revenge couldn't even light a candlestick to it.
Dude, I don't even know anymore. Maybe we'll revisit that someday down the road.
We could do that yearly, and I bet, and
I think
we do it yearly, and then 5 years down the line, compare every video. It's like, wow, like what happened?
Yeah. Empire's still one. I'm gonna say like Phantom Menace is still up there for me. Like Rogue One is still up there for me. But like Revenge of the Sith is creeping up. It's definitely got some. It's got some heels. It's getting up there.
Well, I hate to say it, I'm almost at the point now in my life where I enjoy Revenge of the Sith Anakin more than Return Luke, in a way. As a character, just for the tragedy of the character, which you see more in Revenge than anything else. Anakin's always been, to me, top 3 characters in all of Star Wars. So
yeah, but guess what the girl's favorite one was though so far.
We haven't done the
no
sequels yet.
Nope, everything but the sequels. You will not guess this.
Solo.
No.
Really?
Episode 1.
Really?
Episode 1. Episode 1. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
No one likes episode 1 but us.
I don't know what it is. And the thing is when I was watching this tier list, I agreed with a lot of it, but like, I think in the F tier, they put Clone Wars, and that's a lot of people dislike it because it is so damn awkward. But the acting's not great. But I think that they were just awkward kids, and that's just sort of how it was. But they also put Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi in F tier, and that was because they just didn't make any sense. But they really liked Force Awakens. I think that they put like Force Awakens in like a B tier. So their top was Empire in S. I think A New Hope in A, and then like B tier was it was like Revenge, Return, and I think even I think Force Awakens was also a B tier, and then like they put Solo and Rogue One in C, but it is what it is. But yeah,
it's not for everybody.
Yeah, but yeah.
What did we rank Rise? That'd probably be mid-tier for us, I'd say. Neither of us hated the movie, but we weren't like on fire.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it. The thing is like The Last Jedi is visually stunning. Rise is a bit all over the place. Force Awakens promised to be a really good start, and it didn't quite pan out as much, but anyway, yeah. So I thought that was funny. That was interesting.
Speaking of, Rise and all of the sequel stuff, just for preparation, even though I didn't rewatch any of these episodes, I'm going to tell you right now, didn't prep for this episode a whole lot, but I listened to some other people's opinions of the season as a whole, just to kind of get a general consensus, which isn't good, by the way. But one of my favorite YouTubers did like a very short, sweet review of it. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, like, this guy usually has some good theories. I'll just tell you now, it's Star Wars theory.
Yeah, I was about to say, why are you blue balling everybody, man? You trying to zero them out or something?
He has a lot of good theories on like how to end a story differently, sure. Alternate timelines and everything, what ifs. But the way that he thought would be a good ending made no sense to me because it still focused so much on Luke and everything else. Like his ending, not to talk crap about him, I like him as a YouTuber, but was Han shows up and drops Ben off to Luke as he's building the temple. And that's the end of the Boba Fett season 1. It's like, you complained about how Mando was such a big deal at the end of it, and you want to just completely ignore Boba Fett and make it about Ben.
But, like, that wouldn't even work timeline-wise.
Yeah, the timeline I don't think would even line up.
Not a real Star Wars fan.
It's like, even if it did work, why can't anyone just make it about Boba Fett? No one wants to make this show about him.
Because Boba Fett was a stupid idea. Like, no offense.
It was.
It was not a great idea.
But if you're going to do it, double down on it and actually go through with it, you know.
Well, you could have done more with Fennec Shand. You could have just
done very generic in this show. I hate to say it.
She had some good parts, but yeah, I mean, I think when she took out the mayor and all the pikes, you know, I was like, oh yeah, sick. There's Fennec Shand, but yeah, she played very much a second fiddle.
Well, just everyone was so watered down and nice. That's what I didn't like about it.
Well, you know, and I said at the beginning, I wanted, you know, a gangster movie where he comes in, he's a little bit more ruthless. He's not like they tried to make him into a good guy, and it's like, yeah, but you don't have to do that. You didn't have to. There are plenty of bad guys out there that are ambiguously good. Sometimes you have to do bad things to make good change or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boba Fett just wasn't as interesting a character, I think, as people thought it would be. And I just don't think that it didn't have a lot of heart.
Boba Fett is completely nostalgia. And actually, one good point I liked, and it wasn't from the same guy, but this is the character that Darth Vader had to command not to incinerate people that he sent after.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is in a room full of other bounty hunters who were all ruthless. He has to come up to this guy particularly, be like, hey, don't decimate who I send you after.
Right.
And then we go from that to, oh, no, you tried to assassinate me. I'll let you go.
Yeah. Yep. So end of show. Good talk. Look, I guess just as far as like just initial thoughts here, obviously shows are not written to the beat of the audience. Like, they're not just filmed every week based upon reaction. So this was
Except
the
for
plan.
South Park.
And they ran out of, I think they just ran out of ideas for Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Because then the second half becomes Mandalorian, 2.5.
Yeah, do you think that was like a mad rush? Like they're panicking. Oh my God, we ran out of content. We need to get Mando back into this, or was it planned from the beginning?
No, I think it was planned from the beginning. It obviously was, because it was shot, it was posted, all that good stuff. So
well, was the story like altered slightly? I mean, it just seems so abrupt. There's like no continuity between the two.
I doubt it. And this is another gripe that I have about constantly changing directors. I think that it's a dumb thing to do. I don't care how good your storyboard is or whatever, how continuous it is. The eye of the director will change because nobody sees things the same way. And while there were a couple that were, didn't Bryce Dallas Howard come in here? She came in and did a couple episodes, right?
Yeah, she did the first Mando episode, and I can't remember which Boba focused one it was.
I mean, at any rate, we popped off for Bryce. She's good. She's really good.
No, she did. Did she do the finale?
I don't remember, dude. I don't even want to look it up, man. I guess I could. It's right here in front of me. Why do I do this? Okay, so first episode was directed by Robert Rodriguez. Second episode, Steph Green. Third, Robert Rodriguez, and this was a lot of Robert Rodriguez. Kevin, I don't even know how to pronounce that last name. Sorry. So Bryce Dallas Howard, episode 5, Return of the Mandalorian. And then From the Desert Comes a Stranger was Dave Filoni, episode 6. And then Robert Rodriguez, In the Name of Honor. So the final episode. So Bryce did one. And then Filoni did the other one where it was centered around, Force stuff.
Well, I hate to say it, I almost want to blame Rodriguez for kind of the general direction of this show, because I'll tell you what, like, thinking about that, everything he did was very lethargic and slow. Just not a lot of interesting things happened.
But my dude, he
in
came
the
up
first
with
or the third episode.
He came up with Go Go Power Rangers.
Well, that's great, but how about our assassination attempt and all the other crap that happened? And just how disjointed everything else was.
But those Mighty Morphin Vespa Rangers.
You know, that is the most hated thing of this show.
I know.
Right?
And
I'm tired of hearing it because it's not really my least favorite thing.
No, I didn't hate them. I just, they weren't anything really.
Yeah. The Vespa chase was pretty crappy.
No, that was terrible. That was
about it.
Yeah, that was a bad decision. That was just somebody who didn't understand speeders.
Yeah.
It was slow. It was boring.
How far off the ground can we get a Vespa, realistically?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. But no, I mean, I can agree. I think that one of my takeaways from this, it was such a big tease, like, oh, here's Luke. Oh, Grogu. Oh, Mandalorian. Oh, Ahsoka. You know,
and so I know it's something people have heard so many times, but why did we get all of that in this show?
I don't know.
Because other than one brief interaction between Luke and Boba Fett, there is no correlation whatsoever. It doesn't really mean anything to see Luke in this show.
Well, it's because you brought Mando in.
And there's still going to be a huge audience. I'm sorry, not everyone does their research. There could be a lot of people who miss out on this because not everyone wants to watch Boba Fett. Everyone wants to watch Mando.
Yeah, and you're right.
Main story beats of Mando in Boba Fett. Yeah. You wouldn't do it for vice versa. And anything you've seen of Ahsoka up to this point, other than maybe one tiny tidbit, really isn't integral. You can watch the Ahsoka series when it comes out without watching that first, I guarantee it.
Right.
But now you can't watch the next season of Mando without watching Boba.
You could.
Well, technically you could because you don't have to watch any of Boba because the Mando episodes don't really feature Boba.
Wait, why does he have a Naboo cruiser that's all shiny? And how did Grogu come back?
Why does he have Grogu and where'd that armor come from?
Why does he
Where's
have chainmail?
What happened to Luke?
Did Mando kill Luke? New theory. Mando kills Luke.
That's going to be a Google search. That's going to be a very popular Google search.
Disney destroys the sequel trilogy by murdering Luke. Reshoots have already began.
This is how we do the redo on the prequels. Luke is now dead. Or the sequels, I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So anyway, let's get a little bit more granular, I guess. So episode 1.
Flashback episode.
Yeah, otherwise known as the flashback and how Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit. Pretty cool, right? Didn't
we talk about like there's only 7 minutes or 5 minutes of actual present day content in this entire episode?
Yeah, there
I don't
really
want to talk
wasn't
about
much.
a whole lot, but I hate these flashbacks. They're not for me, and I just don't even want to talk about them.
Well, they got kind of goofy. In this one Boba and that Rhodian prisoner were, digging for melons, and they got attacked by the creature from Clash of the Titans, So
that was an amazing. It wasn't a terribly done creature. I'll say special effects did some good work on that.
Yeah, the practical effects are nice. It's nice to kind of get back to those at times. But that was basically the episode.
Something that bothers me? And it just goes back to Boba being way too nice, especially before he really interacted with the Sand People. He would have killed that Rhodian before he let him sound an alarm.
Well, he probably would have murdered everybody in the camp.
And how does... especially after listening to Kenobi and thinking more about the Sand People, how would the Sand People make you a nicer person? Like adopting their customs makes you a nice person?
Yeah. Come on,
The
man.
Tusken Raiders are a bunch of jerks.
No,
They
dude.
kill everything in sight.
It's
How
the
do
way-
they make you a nicer person?
It's the way of
How
the sand.
mean, how evil do you have to be to become nicer because of the Tuskens?
So here's my theory. So you know how Anakin, when he lived on Tatooine, was like this nice little kid,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
you
I
know
mean,
how
he was kind of a jerk from the beginning.
no, he
but
was
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
He was a cute little kid, you know, doing his pod racing, being nice to his mom. It was great. Building robots. So when he leaves Tatooine and never sees sand again until much later, he turns into an absolute jerk. It's not the Force or Palpatine, it's the sand. And then to further it, when he goes back to Tatooine, he's been away from the sand for so long, it's like withdrawal, and he just murders all the Tuskens.
In an act of kindness.
Tatooine is just spice from Dune.
You know how in the final season of Clone Wars, like any bad decision Anakin would make, you'd hear the very subtle Darth Vader tone in the background, like as he kills random characters. I just imagine that now with like him talking about sand in Attack of the Clones. He's like, it just gets everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the spiral into
It's
evil
rough
right
and
there.
it's coarse. It gets everywhere. Exactly. All right. Episode 2, The Tribes of Tatooine, where we get more flashbacks.
Same thing.
Hey, we see the twins, the Hutt twins. That was pretty cool. BK shows up, right? He's pretty
Is
cool.
this our train episode
I think that's the
with the
next one.
flashback?
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't care, really.
You don't care?
I don't care.
You mean you don't like the highway train robbery?
No. I don't like how much we have to watch back to tank soaks either.
You,
But,
you,
I mean, that doesn't
you are
matter.
correct. Episode 2 was the train. They stole the speeder bikes and then took down the train
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and the lizard,
guess
the
I'll
nose
just-
lizard as well. This was that episode too.
I'll say the most unenthusiastic thing that I liked about the first episode, because I forgot. The voice actor who's the droid. That was my favorite part of episode 1. Yay. I like the droid
Okay.
that tells him who to kill and who to accept tribute from. It's awesome.
I just wanted to come in and ask you, do you have my stapler? Stapler guy, Milton. Milton comes in. They're taking all of my water and they're not paying me for it. And I need that water. Okay. So yeah. Chapter 2, Tribes. Yep. There we go. Chapter 3, Streets of Mos Espa, or otherwise known as Mighty Morphin.
Power Rangers.
That's right. Mighty Morphin Mod Squad Tech
Go modding Rangers.
tech
You
cyberpunks.
have a robot arm. Oh, the mod squad.
Yeah, this is where Boba gets
I don't
his
hate the mod
Rancor.
squad. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
a little bit of Trejo action. One
Which-
and done. Don't get to see him much anymore.
Yeah, that was-
don't really care.
That was because of Robert Rodriguez. Let's not even trip about
Yeah.
that. That's exactly why he was there. And this actually was the water episode because that deals with the cyberpunks. Fett gets attacked by BK, and you know the cyberpunks help him sort of bat that away, lets him leave. And then the worst chase scene in Star Wars history happens. Yeah.
yeah,
That was
just
so
makes me want
bad.
to see the open. Just makes me want to go rewatch Solo and see the opening chase scene again. Why couldn't they have done it like that?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was short. It was shorter. But it wasn't bad. All right, and then more back to tank healing. We got a lot of that. And then chapter 4. In the back to tank.
And more BK, I think.
Well, yeah, there was the whole getting his ship back from Jabba's palace, where he discovers Fennec Shand. and takes her to the main cyberpunkist, the mod parlor. That's what they're calling it. Then he kills the bikers, which was pretty hilarious because this I remember. This is when I was like, yes, it's finally a gangster movie. He goes and kills the Sarlacc. He kills the bikers. It's like, good. That's good. I like this.
And then it ended.
Yeah, well, this is kind of when we start to figure. This is when we had the sit down at the table with the 5 families. You must remain neutral while we fight the Pikes.
Yeah.
You come here on the day of my daughter's wedding and ask me this to commit murder. Yeah. What do you think about all the creatures? There were a lot of creatures in here, right? Yeah, Trandoshans and all the good stuff. Did you like the creatures?
I don't have a problem with the special effects of this show. I think they're close to on par with Mando, I would say.
Okay.
We have a couple of low points. I know we kind of had different opinions on Cad Bane and everything, but I think makeup in general did a pretty good job, and yeah, I like the creatures in the show. The Sarlacc was a bit underwhelming, but other than that, every other creature and beast was okay. Even the Rancor was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, not too bad. Did you enjoy BK ripping off Trandoshan arms?
Absolutely. It's my favorite thing. BK was a highlight in this show for me. It was exciting to see a character who just was absolutely as ruthless as what I wanted to see from Boba and Fennec.
Well, and this is when we also started speculating, are they going to try and tie in Dr. Aphra? Because Aphra had worked with BK in the comics. And that could have been cool. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think Aphra would have really fit in here.
Aphra would not have gotten along with Boba.
No, but her and Fennec could have had fun, murdering
That would have been
people.
kind of cool. Maybe they have like a weird little romance thing or something.
I don't know about that, but because she's still with Staros, was it Sana Staros, I think.
Yeah,
that was where we left that. I think they're still. I haven't been reading the comics, but you could have.
They're rocky though. You never know.
You never know. All right, and then we dive into the Mandalorian. So it's 4 episodes, really. 4 episodes of Boba Fett, kind of underwhelming. And you can kind of say this is part 1 ending and part 2 of the season starting, right?
Yeah, basically. The only thing is I don't know if we should say there's a part 3 with the finale or if we just combine that into part 2 because everything's so jerky and disorientated with this show. It was so short to jump to another character's perspective. It just didn't make any sense.
Well, it was a hard right turn too into
we get like
Mando.
five words from Boba in this episode. No, we get none from this one. It's the 6th. The 6th we get like 5 words from him.
Yeah, he wasn't even in 5. We saw Fennec as soon as Mando arrives on Tatooine, but that's literally it. But yeah, Mando kills a bounty hunter, chops that one guy in half in like the meat packing plant, which was ruthless.
I love this scene personally. I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, no, it was vicious. It was good. It was, I liked it. I enjoyed myself.
And just saying Howard should do more. I think we can agree on that.
Agreed. And it becomes a little bit more lore about the Darksaber. He fights Paz Vizsla, who was with the armorer there, who wants to try and claim the Darksaber but can't. Mando was able to fight him off even though he is not proficient with the lightsaber. The armorer turns his spear into the little bit of armor, the little chainmail vest for Grogu.
Yeah.
It's like of all the things that you could have made, a little chainmail vest. What happens when he grows up a little bit? We know he's going to get somewhat bigger.
I still thought from the moment I saw the pouch to the second and I know they showed the little scene with the little chains and everything, but just the shape of the pouch is like, needs to be a little helmet. He needs a little helmet.
I thought it was the ball from his old ship. personally.
That would have been pretty cool.
A little helmet would have been pretty sick, though. I would have enjoyed that.
And by the way, the entire time watching Mando struggle with this Darksaber, I kept thinking the same thing over and over again. Just gotta raise that strength stat, man. It's not high enough. You're not proficient yet.
Oh, boy. Yeah, he's
too
been...
much dexterity, too much agility.
Yeah,
no strength.
he's a dex build, not a strength build. He's not there to tank. So anyway, he gets kicked out of his little weird cult guild because he took his helmet off, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do that. You have to go down and like swim in the ocean on Mandalore and do Mandalore stuff." Really?
But the mines are shut off. Well,
like, are we finally
good
gonna
luck.
just like pick up there and like do that like I wanted the next season to be?
do you think they're actually gonna use that story arc, or are they just gonna completely drop it?
Oh no, he's definitely going to Mandalore, and he's 100% probably going to have a showdown with Bo-Katan again. I mean,
Sure,
like a
he'll
real one.
definitely go to Mandalore, but will we get sidetracked and just forget about that plot point altogether?
I don't know. I think we'll do it. I think we'll get there.
I don't even want to do it
Let's do it.
because I don't like the
Come on.
cult.
Come on, it's cool.
Just-
Cult stuff.
Just kill them. Just kill them both.
Kill them
You don't
all.
like 'em.
I killed all of them. All of them? Well, two of them. Yeah, one was an armor. She made some cool stuff. Paz, I didn't really like him very much. So, the Vizslas are...
I suppose we could,
fine.
just kill off the Vizsla line and, chain up the armor to make some weapons for
That's
him.
right. That sounds pretty dark.
Well, we didn't get dark with Boba Fett. Maybe we can get it in Mando.
Pretty dark, my dude. So anyway, we get a replacement for the Razor Crest, the sick
Is that what you
N1
call it?
Starfighter.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, totally is. Because he's not a bounty hunter anymore, right? Like the internet says, he's not
Just
a
like
bounty
Boba
hunter.
Fett. Just like Boba Fett. Not bounty hunters anymore.
I like the Razor Crest. I thought it would have been much more appropriate for him to find a cargo ship.
So did probably everybody who bought the Lego right before it got destroyed and never replaced too.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Who do you think's gonna buy this Lego?
Look, the Naboo Starfighter is cool. I like it.
Sure.
It's neat. It doesn't make any sense for him, though. And I'll say that until I'm blue in the face. I know a lot of people have been very contradictory about that, but it's like, look, you are allowed to criticize things that you love. I criticize Darth all the time, and that's my brother, and I criticize him all the time. He's not allowed to criticize me because my fragile ego won't allow it to happen. But you can criticize Star Wars, and it's a minor criticism. I just think it doesn't make any sense.
Well, they put so much time into building this thing. How long was the sequence for that? Like, we have the Calcast destroyed, the
little BD unit.
the little BD unit, like, showing schematics of how to put a panel on, and, like, Mando reads it, and, like, they have the spanner wrench out and everything for putting some stuff on. It's just way too detailed. And I kind of get what they're going with that, just like I do the Vespa crew. We got, like, that 50s vibe that George Lucas always liked, and it's kind of paying homage to it.
American
sure,
graffiti,
I understand
man.
that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we had it with Dax's diner. We had it in some other spots.
Well, what do you know? A genuine Camino dart. Caminoans. They're
He's
cloners.
very dead, by the way. Very dead.
They're
But-
cloners, you see. Darn good ones, too.
Why are we friends, Obi-Wan?
What does it depend on, Dax? On how good your manners are, and how big your pocketbook is.
Dax. I miss Dax. But seriously, I mean, I get what they're going with,
It was
hot rod
fine.
vibe and everything. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. And for a child, this show makes sense.
No, it
it's fun.
doesn't. Because you
fun.
literally just watched a guy
Yeah,
get
it
cut in
is.
half, and then it's like, ha, let's go build our cruiser. Come on.
That's just for the adults to tolerate it a little bit longer,
Close your eyes, Timmy. Okay, now watch the nice ship get built.
Yeah.
Look, it wasn't
Don't
a bad
ask why
episode.
Mando's limping. Don't look at that wound.
Oh, boy. Actually, that's a good call because the wound was from the saber because he doesn't know how to use it. So I think like the lore makes a lot of sense. But yeah, they took a lot of time on the ship, and for it not to be, something that actually makes sense, because like we just finished last week, we did New Jedi Order, right? And there was a sequence in there where Jaina was complaining about long rides, effectively in her X-wing, and she was
Right.
like, "Well, it's not like you can get up and move around, or use the bathroom, or take a shower, or whatever." Same thing here. For long distance, that ship would suck.
Especially when and I don't care what you say. Yes, he's not a bounty hunter anymore. He's still got to pick up bounties. I don't care. How you going to fit him? You just taking the head back?
We talked about that. You just pile the heads up in the, in the old
Grogu's got a
droid
bunch
port.
of heads piled on top of him.
He's just eating eyeballs or something like that. All right, let's move on. Chapter 6, From the Desert Comes a Stranger. And this is Dave Filoni coming in, doing his Wild Wild West. Keep
Can't even
my
fault him for
name
that.
out of your mother. Wild Wild West. Oh, boy.
Question is, who's saying that? Is it Cobb or is it
Yeah, it's definitely
is it
Cad
our
Bane.
old Cad Bane?
It's definitely Cad Bane. He's like, keep my name out
He
of
said
your
that to the deputy.
mother effing mouth.
He said that to the deputy.
He lit that deputy up. That Barney Fife
Deputy
guy
had
got lit up.
No chance.
Look, I like this episode.
I just imagine like a recreation of that little scene where like, oh no, the sheriff, he got shot. Is he okay? Yeah. What about the deputy? No, he's dead. He's really dead. You don't even have to go look at him.
Did you see any of the memes like the old Bob Marley song? Well, was it originally Bob Marley? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot no deputy. It's like, you didn't shoot the deputy, right? 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 Oh
like
no,
that
he
Anakin
shot
and
out both.
It's like the Anakin Padme meme. You didn't do that, right?
I think that's the format that I saw it
Yeah.
in. Yeah. But you didn't shoot the deputy, right? Right?
And Anakin is Cad Bane in that scenario. Just smiling.
Look, I mean, that's the elephant in the room, Cad Bane. We talked about it in the episode. People really got hardcore into criticizing the way Cad Bane was portrayed. I personally thought it was fine. I was fine.
Yeah, I mean,
no
we
issues
had
with it.
talked about just kind of some of the visuals were a little weird, but it's hard to adapt any alien into live action, and I understand that. I'm not complaining all that much. The only thing I'll say about Cad Bane as a whole is, did we have to use his character this way?
Yeah, why not?
Honestly, could we have shown a little bit of the backstory between him and Boba that we saw in both Clone Wars and, I mean,
You just said it though. You did it in Clone Wars.
yeah.
So it's there. It's out there in the universe. You might not know about it if you didn't watch Clone Wars. But it's out there.
I don't know. I guess it's just, I kind of think back to Solo a little bit when we have, the final showdown. And he shoots his mentor.
Yep.
I feel like if we had a little more build up into tugging at his heartstrings, like, come on, man, I got one more lesson to teach you. We kind of have a flashback or something, maybe see a young Boba.
Nah, not at all. I don't think it's needed. I get where you're coming from, but I mean, like, if you're looking at the Han Solo thing, definitely not needed there. That was great, personally.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you should have changed something there. I'm comparing it to it.
Well,
the moment was a lot more emotional, and maybe you didn't want to go for an emotional vibe.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that you're kind of bringing this to the forefront because, like, people who haven't seen Clone Wars might not have understood why that was so impactful to Boba Fett. But I don't know. I think this show's had enough flashback and exposition that it just didn't need it.
Yeah. And also I would have liked a showdown again between Finnick and Cad.
Yeah, that would have been pretty
Personally.
cool, actually.
Honestly, I think I would have taken that more than Boba going after him. I think that would have been a little bit cooler.
So we meet again. I would like
You're not going to throw me off a platform this time, lady.
Yeah. This is also the episode where we deal with Luke, Ahsoka, and Grogu.
This is the episode where we deal with too many characters thrown into a series that don't tie into the main character.
I mean, it is a lot because, again, Cobb Vanth, Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka, Grogu, Cad Bane, Mando.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No Boba.
No Boba, which I
in a Boba show.
Yep, exactly. No Boba in Boba. Boba Fett was
Didn't it feel
5
like
episodes.
Didn't you feel like there was so much regret about this show in this episode? Like, you throw all these characters in, it's like, man, I'm just so tired of doing a show about Boba. Let's do something different.
No, I mean, personally, from my standpoint, what I thought it felt like was we're really, really wanting to do Mando, but due to blah, 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 we just couldn't do it right now. We'd rather be doing Mandalorian, but we're going to tell you a 5-episode arc about Boba Fett, but then we're going to tease all this other stuff because this is what makes us happy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go. But no, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Got to see the start of Luke's temple.
It was a great episode, Mando.
Got to see.
I'll say that. Forever.
Got to see Yoda's little lightsaber. That was cool.
Yeah. He better get that back. I want to see Grogu with it eventually.
He takes them both. All right, and then finally...
He's the one that destroys the temple to get his lightsaber of his father back.
There you go.
Dun, 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 Yoda-san.
Finally, Chapter 7, In the Name of Honor. So the finale. Pretty jam-packed, I would say as well. This is where we actually fight the Pikes.
In the name of honor, I'm going to destroy the city with a Rancor.
That's right. Heck yeah, brother. All the families, the 5 families turn on Boba Fett.
Which, by the way, we didn't mention. We find out earlier that the Pikes have facilitated all these little tiny conflicts. The biker gang actually didn't do anything to the Tuskens.
Coincidentally,
and it was all the Pikes.
Yeah, coincidentally, hard pause right here because I want to tell you a story that I forgot about. So I was at an antique mall, and I sent you the picture of the 2 like toy sabers. You know, the Maul and the
Maul and Obi-Wan
and Qui-Gon.
Or Qui-Gon.
Which I thought was funny because you had Maul, I had Qui-Gon, so I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
While we were walking down that aisle, there was an older gentleman wearing pajama pants who looked a lot like Bernie Sanders. And I'm remembering this because the voice that I was trying to attribute there sort of slipped into my Bernie Sanders. So we were walking, and I start doing this Bernie Sanders thing. And I can't do it again. I can't do it when prompted. It all has to go natural. But so I'm doing this Bernie Sanders thing. You know, sometimes I like to come into the antique malls so that I can act like I am one of the normal people. You know, I like to wear my pajama pants because I want to be extremely comfortable. I am very old. And so I'm going through this routine, you know, trying to get a laugh. And I didn't notice it at first, but Ashley looks over and there's a lady also in the aisle, and apparently she got a laugh out of it.
I thought you were going to say she was in pajamas too and surprised the wife was listening.
No, but I was like, crap, hope that wasn't that guy's wife. I don't think it was because she was not wearing the same garb. And as you know, if you're married, you have to wear the exact same type of clothing. But no, it was just so random. They were like Christmas PJ pants too. It wasn't even like season applicable. But anyway, so back off on side tangent, back to mainline story. So the 5 families, they turn against Boba Fett. There's fighting in the street. BK gets attacked by Trandoshans. He's just literally unstoppable, which is ridiculous. The mod squad gets attacked.
Nobody important really dies. I mean, I think we lose 1 mod squad member.
I don't even know if we do that. I think 1 got like shot, but I don't think they killed anybody. I could be wrong on that though. Well, anyway, so our like crap.
Oh, we do lose Gamorrean guards.
Oh, that's right. Yes, they killed the Gamorreans. They
Yeah.
threw him off of they gave them a Disney death off the cliff.
Yeah.
What a tragic end to that, man. So yeah, there were only 2 deaths, and they were the Gamorrean guards. Well, that's kind of crappy. See what they think about the pig guards. But yeah, so there's fighting in the street. The Cobb Vanthians show up, so they come in to help. The bartender, he shows up with his squad, and the Pikes are pretty numerous. And we got a couple of cool scenes with like Boba and Mando with their jetpacks and fighting side by side. So that was kind of cool. Man bros, you know.
Our massive droids were kind of cool in this as well. I thought they were well done, although I kind of have to question bringing in something like that in Tatooine. Like, why would the Pikes even have them?
I don't know, man. But yeah, Rancor makes pretty short work out of both of those droids, but also kind of destroys everything and has to be calmed down by Grogu.
This isn't really what I wanted, although that was adorable. I'll give you that much.
Fun.
That was meme worthy. Yeah. But I really just wanted to see Boba feed people to the Rancor in his pit. I didn't want Beast riding.
He's not a bad guy though. He's not a bad guy. That's what they're setting him up to be. He's the good steward of Tatooine.
The anti-hero that can't be an anti-hero.
Yep, and then we get
of Disney,
right, but we do get Finnick basically killing everybody. The Pike boss, the mayor, and all the other crime lords, just basically straight up murdering everyone. So that's cool. This show enjoys murder apparently, not dark at all. And then Boba's going out there, and he's the daimyo again. He's the cock of the walk. He's super duper cool. And then Mando and Grogu just fly off. That's cool. Oh yeah, and Vanth survived. He's in the back to tank, and he's gonna get modded, even though he was only shot in the shoulder.
It's great. All the ending scenes and post-credit scenes have nothing to do with what happens with Boba Fett.
Yeah,
it's all about the characters you really care about.
I mean, you could do like a Cobb Vanth spinoff Western thing, like just in his little town. Oh, yeah. You could have done that.
Do some Tombstone stuff with that. Build up a little group, and replace the deputy.
Do a little Deadwood out there. Heck yeah, man. That's kind of the series. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. What did we have rating wise? So we've got, let's see. What did IMDb? IMDb always is hilarious, but there are a lot of ratings. Like usually IMDb has a pretty good amount of ratings. So the overall rating out of 109,000 votes, 109K, 7.5 out of 10. That's the rating for the series on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes has an average tomato meter of 68% with an average audience score of 60%. So 6.8 out of 10, 6 out of 10. So a little lower on the tomato. So what are you going to rate this? What are you going to rate this show in retrospect?
Out of 10.
Out of 10. And why specifically? Why?
I'll give it like a 6.
Really? That low, huh?
This isn't Boba Fett.
Well, it was for like 5 episodes. 4 episodes.
Yeah,
maybe.
But it wasn't, because everything that we know about Boba Fett up to this point is he's a ruthless, dirty bounty hunter who's this evil guy, and now he's trying to be the big hero. I don't like it.
Look, he's just a man trying to make his way in the universe. Oh, wait, that was his dad.
Yeah. Thing is, I love Morris.
Well, actually, it's not really his dad. It's his clone.
It's him.
Yeah, it's him. So, yeah, technically he did say it. Technically. Yeah.
Just in a different life. Kind of, but not really.
Reincarnation.
Is an amazing... He did an amazing job with what he had to work with. I thought he was really good from the minute we saw him in Mando to the minute we saw his final scene in Boba. I like him as an actor, but this didn't feel like Boba Fett to me. Not that I have a huge affinity for Boba Fett, and out of all the characters I could think of to make a show about, he'd be pretty low on my list. But no, everyone just seemed very watered down. Fennec wasn't as aggressive as she usually is. Boba wasn't ruthless. BK was like the only character who actually acted like a bounty hunter. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't about him. At the end of the day, the story did not end up being about him. It ended up being about Mando and Luke. So, yeah, it was a watered-down show. They didn't have a direction. I just didn't like how it ended.
Sure, I get that. I think that Disney's problem right now is that they had such a huge success with Marvel and bringing up all these random characters and interconnecting them. That's not how Star Wars works. They're two very different things. Star Wars was a story of the Skywalkers. That's what it was. Side characters didn't matter as much unless they became Skywalkers or married Skywalkers or took the Skywalker name because blah, 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 even though they probably should have taken the Solo name because he was like more of a dad figure for a while. But whatever, it's fine. It's totally fine. Rey Solo. That sounds... Actually, you know what? That sounds better, seeing as we now know how Han...
no one.
Well, we know how Han got his name in the show. It's like, Han Solo. What's your name?
No fam. I mean, Solo.
Riding Solo. Look, I don't remember our ratings for the show. I know we weren't particularly happy with the first couple of episodes. We got far more complimentary in the later episodes because they weren't necessarily Boba Fett centric. They were other things centric. I mean, I can't like underscore how it is cool to get more media though, and week after week get to talk about it. So I do enjoy those conversations, but as a coherent show, it just didn't quite work in totality. I'm not in the sixes because I think it was a little bit more entertaining than that. And like the high points were particularly high, but what do people want? They want a Luke Skywalker movie when he was, in this prime of his life. That's what people want. I think to an extent there's a contingent that wants that Ahsoka series to pop off. There's people that want to get back into Mandalorian. So yeah, Boba Fett was just like a temporary pause that didn't really make much sense to the grand scheme, aside from the fact that years ago they talked about doing a Boba Fett movie, and they just seemingly had a hard one for it. And I'm not a big Mandalorian person, even though Boba Fett's not technically Mandalorian, even though they canonized it for whatever reason, even though it's not true. But and even Din Djarin, you could kind of argue that he's really not a Mandalorian either, seeing as a foundling. He wasn't even flipping from Mandalore or whatever. He's in a cult, it tells him he can't take off his helmet, even though he totally can. It's a totally stupid rule. It doesn't make any sense at all. But, I mean, the show had its entertaining points. I didn't hate most of the stuff that people hated. I didn't really hate much about it, but it was average. It was just average. It was something to watch. I don't think I was uber distracted when I was watching a lot of the stuff. So I'm probably going to be more in the realm of, say, like a 7.4 for the season. I think that's not really an aggregate score because, again, we don't write down our ratings, even though we probably should. But it was okay. It was a fine thing to watch from, what was it, December 29th, I think, all the way up through February, the cold months, just get some stuff to talk about. But was it great? Mm-hmm. No. Was it terrible? No. It was middling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that.
All right, my dude. What else we need to talk about? Anything else we need to run through here, or have we exhausted ourselves for the night?
I'm just ready to pass out. I'm so tired.
Sweet. Sounds good. So let's talk for another half hour about something else.
Today's sponsor, no one.
Today's sponsor, Manscaped. Go trim your balls.
No. Today's sponsor, what's that? The mobile game.
Oh, League of Legends.
That's on everything. Yeah.
Go, please play League of Legends. They are not holding a gun to my head. League of Legends has changed my life. I play it every day with all of my friends, and I get over my friend. Please, I need this money. Please.
Here's my character build.
They're playing so much. They're paying me so much. You must play the game.
Here's my character build and how I like to play. This isn't really how I play the game. This is a terrible build.
I hate dex builds.
I die so much.
I hate dex builds. I'm a magic user. They don't allow me to use magic because they want me to use dex build because it's for the meme.
Necromancing for the win. I can't talk about that on air though. That's how I get demonetized.
Yeah, it's getting towards the end. So anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the episode here. We just kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. We always do this eventually, where we'll do a little retrospective a little later on. And I feel like it's been a few months. It's been adequate enough time to kind of go back through it. And, we didn't rewatch it. Maybe down the road we should do a rewatch. But, I remember a lot of this stuff, and I kind of wanted to live in the moment a little bit there. So, but anyway, what did you think of that series? If you want to share that, follow us on the socials at TC Plan Podcast. You'll find us Facebook, Twitter, all that good sort of stuff. Or, just send us an email to tcplanpodcast@gmail.com. I already mentioned that earlier, but, what were your likes, dislikes of it? And any suggestions for future videos? If you want to suggest us do anything, we'd be more than happy to, maybe look into that and see if it's something we want to talk about. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Y'all have a great rest of your week.
And as always, may the Force be with you.